Okay, we are attempting this bullshit again. Okay, I have 15 minutes before Lizzie's New Year's Eve reading sprints begin, which tells you that it is almost 7 o'clock on New Year's Eve, and as always happens, I have that burst of end of year motivation to just get things done next year. And I want to make the joke that, like, oh, we all know it won't happen, oh, we all know I'm making this video and I won't stick with it. Maybe I won't stick with it, but making regular content is not in my goals for the coming year. I have a lot of things kind of going on in life, and I feel like I want to make content, but it's very much just for a creative outlet, because I don't have that and I need that. So that's where this is. Speaking of picking things up at the last minute because I'm in the mood, I literally got this today, so I need to set that up. That's what I will be doing during Lizzie's reading sprints. I would like to read during them, but I would also like this set up, so we shall see. But I just wanted to sit down and just kind of talk. I guess I just wanted to lay down some goals for 2023 and just, I don't know, just kind of get back into the swing of things, because I do miss making content, I do miss just sharing things, and so I think it'd just be nice to kind of let everyone know where I'm at. So, as I say, 2020, I sort of just disappeared for a bit. Nothing in particular happened, just life got very overwhelming. I think because things started to get back to normal, like post-COVID, like we are very much back in a world that isn't concerned about a health issue, do you know what I mean? So things started to feel how they used to be, and obviously I moved in with my gran for the initial 3-week lockdown. This is where I am, I'm in my gran's house, this is my room. I moved in with her so she wasn't alone for the 3 weeks, and I've just never left. So I think it just kind of started to get to me where it didn't feel right to be there anymore. Like during the pandemic everything was weird, so it just made sense to be here. Now it's like this doesn't, it just felt weird. I also started my rattery in 2022, so like the whole summer was just me with 32 baby rats and dealing with that, and I was going to rat shows and I was kind of building my rat community. I was settling into that community and finding my spot with those people. My mum moved house as well, so that added to the whole being here and it being weird thing, because suddenly this is very dark. I am very sorry. It very much added to, you know, the fact that like I was living somewhere that didn't feel like home, and then my actual home was being sold. But my mum has moved to a lovely tiny little village in the middle of nowhere. Well, it's not actually in the middle of nowhere, but it doesn't even have a shop. So, or the post office is in someone's house. It's tiny, but there is a Scottish Women's Institute group in that village, and I've ended up on the committee for that. So I've been busy doing that, and I've got a little community there with those people, which is nice. And I've also joined the committee for the Bonus Fair Day. Can you guys like not drink water right now, thanks? I've mentioned the Bonus Fair a couple times on my channel, but I don't know to what extent, because it's a special interest of mine. It is a local event. It's not actually that local to me, it's 45 minutes away, but it's one of those things, it's a special interest for me. So, and it's a bit niche, it's a cultural thing. So if you're not from sort of Central Belt, East Central Belt, Scotland, there's very few places that have similar events that would understand it. So I always kind of brush over it, and maybe one day I will do a video explaining it, especially now I'm on the committee. But basically it's an event put on, it's mainly for the kids of the town, but the entire town and people afar love the fair day, and it's a very special event. So I would like to talk about that at some point, but I'm on the committee for that. So between the two committees and also my rat stuff, I've just been really busy kind of settling into that, and then, as I say, on top of it, not quite settling where I am at the minute, and that will be changing in 2023. So right now I'm filming with a lamp to the side, so I've got some weird lighting going on. I've got a little like bed table that my laptop is on, that I have the camera sat on. It's not a professional, it's not a quality setup at all. I literally have a tripod and a lamp. I had two box lights, but I stepped on one, so the bulb is smashed. But I have a box light that it's big enough to put in front of me. But you know, like I don't really have the place to set that up in my room. But that will be changing. Hopefully my 2024 goals video, hopefully that will be in a different setup, perhaps a designated filming spot, because as I say, I live with my gran, I care for her, and to just kind of keep it brief and not go into detail, she will be moving out potentially within the next few months. We're hoping sometime this year, well 2023. She's going to be moving to sheltered accommodation, so she'll have her own place, she'll have social activities and things to do there. It'll be really good for her, and that means I will be the sole tenant of this house. So I will have, you know, I'll have a living room, I'll have my bedroom, I will have more space to set things up, more space to put my books back out, because that's what also happened in 2022. I had a bit of a breakdown, got too overwhelmed with books, and my head was just everywhere. I had too much going on, and I had all these books staring at me, and it was overwhelming. They are now shoved in a cupboard behind the rats, so I can get into it, but not easily. So, you know, they're tucked away. I do have some books currently out and about for the purposes of reading in 2023. So yeah, it'll be nice to get the books back out and stuff, and just, yeah, I don't know. 2022 has just been a lot, and I think 2023 it's not going to be magically brilliant, but there are going to be changes happening that should hopefully be good for everyone, for myself and people around me. And yeah, I'm just ready to kind of be back making videos. I would like to vlog again, whether they are reading vlogs or just random vlogs, just to sort of document things as they happen. So anyway, with all of that said, I have 5 minutes until the sprints start, so I'm just going to very, very quickly tell you some of the goals that I have for the year. And I say some because I've not actually sat and thought them out, I've not written them down, I'm just going off the top of my head. So reading wise, I really want to sort out my NetGalley books, because I just don't even know how many I've even got at this point, and it's just ridiculous. So I want to just make sure that I'm reading as many of my NetGalley books. I read on my Kindle all the time, so it's just a case of picking those books, reading them. I also want to be a lot, not harsher when it comes to like DNFing, but I've been doing this anyway, but I'm not going to force myself to read something that isn't just absolutely grabbing me, because this year, 2022, I've read currently 29 books, 28, 29, I don't even know, which is the least amount of books that I have ever read in a year since I started doing the Goodreads reading challenge, which I think the first year I done it was 32 or 33. So, you know, massively lacked in reading this year, and I'm not mad about it because I needed to. Like, there were some months I didn't read and I needed it. But yeah, I read a lot of 3-star books this year, and I'm just like, you know, I wasn't really reading, so why did I spend so much time reading books that I just didn't really care about? So that's the plan. Whether it's a Kindle book or a physical book, if I'm not actively engaged, I'm not going to force myself through it. And obviously I might still just read 3-star books, because my star ratings, I'm quite picky at times, so it might still be that I read a bunch of 3 stars, but I just want to be more conscious of not reading things that I'm not engaging with. On that note, I don't know what my Goodreads goal is going to be for this year. I think I'm going to set it at, it was at 40 this year and I've not hit it, so I might set it at 40 again, but I'm veering more towards like doing like even like 24 or something like that, just like a really small number, or I might make it 50. I don't know. Who's messaging me? Go away. I really don't know what my reading goal is. I just want to read and enjoy. I'm really not bothered about the numbers. And I want to get back into like reviewing things because, you know, I had a couple authors that I really used to champion and back, and I still do, but I just want to actively be here shouting about them again. So in particular, Elle McNichol and Akemi Dawn Bowman. Elle McNichol's obviously got the TV show A Kind of Spark coming out for the book, so like I want to reread the book. I just want to scream and shout about Elle McNichol again, and Akemi Dawn Bowman, and obviously finding other authors to do that with. Other goals: writing. I will write my book this year. I've written books before, I've written first drafts that are interesting, but I have a rough outline for a book. It's a middle grade based on my special interest of Bonus Fair. I wasn't actually going to share that, but I'm glad that I am, because this is definitely a book that is just for me. It's not one that I'm going to actively pursue, you know, agents or publishing with. It's just to write it. It's just to try writing that genre. It's got like a mystery element, which I've never been able to write before, but I've got a little rough outline. I'm very excited. And I just want to try and write it and edit it, and even potentially speak to peers and be like, do you know, would you read it? I'll read your work, or even paying some people if I get the money built up to be able to do that, just to like work on it like a real book. Maybe I will then pursue it, I don't know, but it's just for me, and obviously it's about something that's close to me, and I'm very excited about it. And so the goal is to just write it. I don't know how many words I'm aiming, or if I want to do certain words a day, I don't know, but I want to write it. And then I think that's really it. Sort of personal life goals, I guess, are obviously getting the house sorted, hoping that it helps me get sorted. On that front, potentially kind of getting over myself and going to get an ADHD assessment. Pretty certain I have ADHD. If you don't know, I have an autism diagnosis. I am autistic, and the psychiatrist I saw told me I had ADHD but didn't formally diagnose me. But to get the formal diagnosis, I have to go and see him again, and it was not a nice time getting the autism diagnosis. So I've put it off, but I might actively go and pursue that, because I do feel that I need some support there, but we'll see. I'm also changing my diet up slightly. This is not like a weight loss thing. I've switched to having oat milk, and I have gluten-free bread and gluten-free pizza bases most of the time, and I have definitely noticed a difference in how my body feels, like my gut in particular. We're not going to get too into it because that's not what this channel is. I would like to continue kind of seeking dairy-free, like vegan, dairy-free, and gluten-free things, just to see how it goes. Like, I'm not going like full vegan or veggie, at least not just now, because I know that with the autism and how I am with food, I couldn't manage it, but oh, they're about to start. Yeah, just kind of doing that, just trying to keep my body healthy, because, you know, chronic illness life. And that's all I've really thought of so far. For the rats, I would like to do videos showing you guys the rats. But yeah, rat goals are to have my next litters and just, you know, keep them happy and healthy. And I think that's about it. So before Lizzie jumps on this live and starts talking over my video, I'm going to end it here, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. As I say, I'd like to do videos talking about the rats. I'm hoping to do some like reading vlogs, maybe actual vlogs, book recs, I don't know. I'm just hoping to be a presence online again, just because I miss that little community of bookish people that I had, and also other people who may wish to join me in whatever the hell this is. Maybe this is the year I find myself. I do have an Insta called Novella Begins, which is kind of about me just finding myself, because masking as an autistic for 20 odd years, I don't know who I am. So this is it. This is Emmanovella, Novella Begins, I don't know. I'm just making up, I'm just word vomiting now. I'm just gonna shut up. I'll see you in 2023. It might be 2023 by the time I bother to edit this, but you know.